You think being nice will win you love? No, it will only make you invisible. You think being friendly will bring you respect? No, it will only invite people to use you. The world doesn't value what is easily available. People chase what they cannot have. So if you want to be respected, if you want to be valued, you must stop being too friendly. You must set boundaries, not walls of ego, but gates of self-worth. Imagine yourself as a diamond. You are rare, valuable, and unique. But if you allow people to take from you without ever earning it, what happens? You lose your value. People will stop appreciating you because you're always there. They will stop chasing you because they no longer have to. Scarcity creates value. This is the first truth you need to understand. When you make yourself too available, you are no longer seen as a rare gem. You're just another pebble on the ground. And let me tell you, no one chases pebbles. Being kind is not a weakness, but kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. The truth is, we live in a world where everyone is constantly looking for something to take. But do we ever ask ourselves if we are being taken care of? Are we giving ourselves the same energy, the same respect that we give others? No. We often think that being available, being friendly, being the one everyone can count on will somehow make us more loved, more needed. But this is a lie. Being too friendly doesn't build stronger relationships, it builds dependency. And dependency kills respect. This speech is a call to action. A call to stop being the one who is always chasing, always available, always giving. It's time to stop letting people take your energy without ever considering what they're giving back in return. When you stop being too friendly, you create the space to truly be valued. And that starts with setting the right boundaries. Because without boundaries, you will lose yourself in the process of pleasing others. Stop being afraid of setting boundaries. Stop being afraid of saying no. Because the truth is, your boundaries are the shield that protects your energy. Without them, people will walk all over you. They will take everything you have to offer and leave you empty, not because they intend to hurt you, but because you've taught them that you don't mind. You've taught them that your energy, your time, and your kindness are endless. And nothing in this world is endless, not even your patience. Have you ever been around someone who constantly demands your attention, your time, and your care, yet never seems to offer anything in return? It's draining. You find yourself giving and giving, but with each passing day, you feel less and less like yourself. Why? Because you've allowed them to take from you without ever considering what you're receiving in return. And over time, this imbalance starts to wear you down. The people you've given everything to will continue to take because you've made yourself available. You've made yourself too easy to access. Now, let's talk about what happens when you start setting boundaries. The first thing that will change is the way people treat you. You'll notice that the people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. They will appreciate the fact that you value your time, your energy, and your presence. And those who don't respect your boundaries, they will fade away. They'll stop calling you at all hours. They'll stop expecting you to drop everything for them. And they'll stop treating you like you are their emotional dumping ground. And that is okay. Let them go. Because you cannot build real relationships with people who take without ever giving. When you begin to say no, you are not rejecting the person. You are rejecting the disrespect they have shown by expecting too much from you. Saying no is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It's a sign that you respect yourself enough to protect your own well-being. And here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, people will walk all over you, and you will have no one to blame but yourself. So start setting boundaries now. Not for them, but for you. Because you are worth it. Here's another truth. When you start setting boundaries, you may feel guilty at first. You may think, but I've always been there for them. They need me? Yes, they may need you. But you don't need to sacrifice yourself to meet their needs. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot keep giving to others when you have nothing left to give. It's like filling a cup with water but never refilling it. Eventually, the cup will be empty. And when that happens, you'll be the one left feeling drained and unappreciated. But when you set boundaries, when you prioritize your own needs, you will never run out of energy. You will always have something left to give because you are constantly replenishing yourself. And that's when people will truly start valuing you. You are not a limitless resource. You are a human being with needs, desires, and limits. And the moment you accept this, the moment you stop believing that your value lies in being always available, always friendly, always giving, you will start to see a shift in how people treat you. People will begin to respect your energy. They will begin to value your presence. And most importantly, they will see you for what you truly are, a rare and precious being, not someone they can use and discard whenever they please. But here's the catch. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They are also about saying yes to yourself. They are about prioritizing your needs and your well-being. You don't have to say yes to every invitation, every request, or every obligation. You don't have to drop everything every time someone needs you. You don't have to be the one who always bends over backward to please others. Because when you start saying yes to yourself, when you start valuing your time, your energy, and your peace of mind, you will become a person who is more attractive to others, not less. Think about it. The people who are constantly available, constantly giving, constantly sacrificing themselves, they are often the ones who are taken for granted. They are the ones who are never truly appreciated for all they do. But the people who set boundaries, the ones who are not always at everyone's beck and call, they are the ones who are respected. They are the ones people admire. They are the ones people chase after, because scarcity creates value. When you make yourself scarce, when you stop being too friendly, you will become someone people actually want to be around. You will become someone people appreciate and respect, because they will understand that your time and energy are limited and therefore precious. So, stop being afraid of setting boundaries. Stop being afraid to say no. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your peace, to your energy, to your time. And watch as the world begins to treat you differently. Watch as people start respecting you, valuing you, and appreciating you for the rare and precious person you are. You think being always there for everyone will make you indispensable? No, it will only make you replaceable. The law of scarcity works like this. The less accessible something is, the more people want it. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how luxury brands don't flood the market with their products? They don't put everything on sale. They create exclusivity. And that's what makes people chase after them. When something is rare, it's treated with respect, with care. When it's abundant, it becomes just another item, something that doesn't spark the same desire, the same value. This is exactly how people treat you when you're always available. They stop valuing you because they know you'll always be there. They don't have to work for your time, your attention, your presence. But when you create space, when you step back and make them earn your time, your energy, suddenly, you become someone to be cherished, someone they appreciate. Because the truth is, people only chase what they can't have. They respect what is scarce. And when you allow yourself to be too easily available, you become like a dime a dozen, something that can be replaced at any moment. You've probably had moments in your life when you've bent over backward for someone, giving them your time, your support, your energy, and after everything, you were left feeling empty. Why? Because they didn't have to earn your presence. They took you for granted, not because they didn't care, but because human nature often operates on the principle of taking what's readily available. When you stop making yourself readily available, you teach others to appreciate you. You teach them that your time is valuable, that your attention is precious. Think about the people who demand your time, but never offer anything in return. The ones who only come to you when they need something, but disappear when you need support. You give them your energy, your time, your attention, and yet you're left feeling exhausted. And they move on without thinking twice, because they never had to work for it. They never had to earn your energy. The moment you stop being available at their beck and call, they start to realize what they're missing. They start to see the value of what they once took for granted. Now, let me tell you something. This is not just about romantic relationships or friendships. This applies to every area of your life, your family, your career, your personal goals. The more available you are, the less people will respect you. You are not a machine, and you are not someone's emotional backup plan. You are a human being with your own life, your own needs, your own goals. And if you are constantly giving to others without getting anything back, you are setting yourself up for burnout and resentment. So, stop being so easy to access. Start creating exclusivity. You are not a service for everyone to use whenever they please. You are a valuable person, and your energy deserves to be treated with respect. The people who truly matter in your life will respect your boundaries. They will recognize that your time is precious, and they will cherish every moment you give them. But the people who don't deserve your time, they will fade away. And that's okay. Let them go. Because the only people worth keeping are the ones who value you for who you are, not for what you can offer them when they need it. Think about it. When you become scarce, when you stop being the one who always reaches out, people begin to appreciate you more. They begin to notice your absence. They begin to realize how much they miss your presence. And when they do, they will come to you with a new sense of respect. They will see your value because they will have to earn it. And that, my friend, is the power of the law of scarcity. One of the hardest things to do in life is to say no. It feels like you're letting someone down, like you're being selfish, or like you're not doing enough. But here's the truth. Saying no is not selfish, it's self-preservation. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your peace, your energy, and your time. And when you start saying no, you begin to set yourself free from the chains of unnecessary obligations, people-pleasing, and the constant pressure to be everything to everyone. You see, we live in a world where we are constantly told that we should be helpful, generous, and available at all times. And while these traits are admirable, there's a fine line between being kind and being exploited. When you say yes to everyone, you're essentially saying no to yourself. You're saying no to your own happiness, your own growth, and your own well-being. And when you keep saying yes without considering your own limits, you begin to lose yourself. You start to feel resentful, drained, and unappreciated, and you wonder why the people around you don't seem to value you as much as they should. It's because you've allowed them to take from you without ever stopping to think about whether you're getting anything in return. Now, I know it's hard. It's not easy to say no, especially when you've spent so much of your life trying to please others. But let me tell you something. Saying no is not a rejection of the person. It's a recognition of your own worth. When you say no, you are telling the world that your time, your energy, and your peace are important. You are telling others that you are not here to be used or taken for granted. You are here to live your life with purpose, and if they want to be a part of that, they must respect your boundaries. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you said yes to something out of obligation, even though you didn't really want to? How many times have you put someone else's needs ahead of your own, only to end up feeling miserable and drained afterward? Every time you say yes to someone else at the expense of yourself, you are telling yourself that you are not important. And that, my friends, is a lie. You are important. Your time is precious. Your energy is sacred. And when you start saying no, you start reclaiming your life. But here's the kicker. When you start saying no, you'll notice something incredible happens. The people who truly value you will understand. They will respect your decision, and they will appreciate that you have the courage to take care of yourself. And the ones who don't respect your boundaries, they'll reveal themselves for who they truly are. They'll be the ones who try to manipulate you, guilt-trip you, or make you feel bad for saying no. But you know what? That's not your problem. That's their issue, not yours. And the moment you realize that, you'll feel a weight lift off your shoulders. You'll feel freer, stronger, and more confident in who you are and what you need. Think about the people who constantly ask for your time, your attention, your help, without ever considering what you might need. These people are not bad. They're just used to you always saying yes. But you have to ask yourself, what are you teaching them? By constantly saying yes, you're teaching them that their needs always come first, while yours are secondary. And that's not fair to you. So when you start saying no, you start teaching others how to treat you with respect. You show them that you matter. Your needs matter. And that's how you begin to demand the kind of respect and appreciation you deserve. But here's the secret. The more you practice saying no, the easier it gets. It doesn't mean you're being rude or cold-hearted. It means you're being responsible. You're being responsible for your own happiness, for your mental health, and for your energy. And the more you say no to the things that drain you, the more you open up space for the things that truly bring you joy. You start to say yes to the things that align with your values, your passions, and your purpose. And that, my friend, is where the magic happens. Here's the truth. Life is too short to spend it constantly saying yes to things that don't serve you, people who don't value you, and obligations that drain you. When you say no, you are not just protecting yourself, you are creating space for the life you truly want. a life that is fulfilling, peaceful, and aligned with your true self. So, next time someone asks for your time, your attention, or your energy, ask yourself, do I want to do this? Do I have the capacity for this? Will this bring me peace or drain me? And if the answer is no, then say it. Say no without guilt, without fear, and without apology. Because when you say no, you are saying yes to yourself. And that, my friend, is the most important thing you can do in life. Have you ever stopped to think about your self-worth? Not how others see you, not how much you do for people, but how you see yourself. Your self-worth is the foundation of everything in your life. It's what determines how you treat yourself, how you allow others to treat you, and how you show up in the world. When your self-worth is low, you start to believe that you are not deserving of love, respect, or success. You start to think that in order to be valued, you must always be there for others, always say yes, always put their needs ahead of your own. And that, my friends, is a dangerous place to be. Being a people pleaser is exhausting. You constantly worry about what others think, whether they approve of you, whether they'll like you, or whether they'll be upset if you don't agree with them. You live your life in a constant state of trying to make everyone happy, but in the process, you end up losing yourself. You start to forget who you are, what you need, and what makes you happy because you are so focused on pleasing everyone around you. And the sad truth is, no matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to make everyone happy. There will always be someone who is upset, someone who doesn't understand, someone who criticizes your decisions. But here's the key to breaking free from this cycle. You don't need everyone's approval. You only need your own approval. True self-worth comes from within. It comes from knowing that you are enough just as you are without needing to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to constantly give. And you don't have to be available all the time to earn love or respect. The moment you realize that you are worthy just by being you, you start to free yourself from the need to please others. You stop caring so much about what people think, and you start living your life on your own terms. When you know your worth, you stop letting others take advantage of you. You stop saying yes when you really want to say no. You stop overextending yourself to meet everyone else's needs while neglecting your own. Instead, you begin to set boundaries. You begin to take care of yourself. You begin to understand that your time, your energy, and your love are precious. And when you start treating yourself with respect, others will follow suit. They will see your boundaries, and they will respect them. But the first step is for you to respect yourself enough to set them. One of the most important things you can do for your self-worth is to stop overcommitting. You don't have to say yes to every request, every invitation, or every favor. You don't have to be the one who always fixes everyone's problems. The moment you stop overcommitting is the moment you stop letting others dictate your life. You begin to choose what is best for you, and in doing so, you start to regain control of your life. You also need to stop seeking validation from others. When you are constantly looking for approval, you give away your power. You start basing your worth on how others see you, and that is never going to lead to happiness. The only person who truly knows your worth is you. And when you recognize your own value, you stop seeking it from external sources. You stop caring about whether people approve of your choices, your lifestyle, or your decisions. You realize that your worth is not determined by anyone else but you. Think about the most confident, successful people you admire. Do they bend over backwards to make everyone like them? Do they worry about pleasing every person they meet? No. They know their worth. They set boundaries. They live by their values, not by the expectations of others. And that's why people respect them, because they are not afraid to be themselves. They don't apologize for their choices. They don't apologize for their boundaries. And that is what makes them magnetic. So, stop seeking external validation. Stop worrying about whether people will like you if you say no. Stop giving away your energy to people who don't value it. Instead, focus on building your own self-worth. Focus on understanding that you are enough, just as you are. You are worthy of love, respect, and all the success you desire. And when you believe that with all your heart, everything in your life will change. The people around you will begin to see your worth, and they will start treating you accordingly. But the first step is to believe it for yourself. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by expectations, opinions, and pressures from society, family, and friends, it's easy to lose touch with who we really are. We try to fit into molds, to meet standards that were never meant for us, and we forget the most powerful thing we can ever be, ourselves. But the truth is, the most magnetic, successful, and respected people are those who have the courage to embrace their authentic selves. They are unapologetically themselves, and that is the key to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and respect. You see, the moment you start pretending to be someone you're not is the moment you start losing your power. When you try to fit into the expectations of others, when you suppress your true self to please people, you are sacrificing your own happiness. And why would you do that? Why would you ever trade your authenticity for approval? The world is full of fake personas, people who hide behind masks because they're afraid of being judged, criticized, or rejected. But the most beautiful thing about being human is that we are all unique. There is no one else in the world exactly like you. Your story, your experiences, your perspective, your gifts, they are one of a kind. So why hide that? Why try to blend in when you were born to stand out? When you embrace your authentic self, you begin to live in alignment with your true values and passions. You stop pretending to be someone you're not just to fit in. You stop acting in ways that don't resonate with who you truly are. Instead, you start making decisions that reflect your true desires, your true beliefs, and your true essence. And the moment you start living in this way, something incredible happens. The right people begin to gravitate towards you, and the wrong people begin to fade away. Those who respect you for who you really are will show up, and those who only value the mask you wore will leave. It's important to remember that when you choose to be authentic, not everyone will like you. That's okay. The truth is, you can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try to. When you are being true to yourself, there will always be people who criticize, judge, or misunderstand you. But those who truly matter, those who truly see your worth, will love and respect you for exactly who you are. And that is far more valuable than gaining the approval of everyone around you. Let me tell you this, your authenticity is your superpower. When you own who you are, when you stop hiding behind the expectations of others, you become unstoppable. You no longer have to chase approval because you already have it from the most important person, yourself. And when you start to trust yourself, when you start to honor your own worth, you begin to attract everything you deserve, the right relationships, the right opportunities, and the right experiences. Think about this. The most successful and fulfilled people in the world aren't those who followed the crowd or tried to be what others wanted them to be. They are the ones who dared to be different. They are the ones who embraced their individuality, who took risk and followed their passions, even when it wasn't popular or easy. They didn't let fear or doubt stop them from being true to themselves. They knew that the world doesn't need more copies. It needs more original, authentic people. And so do you. In the end, being authentic is about embracing your uniqueness and being confident in who you are. It's about recognizing that your voice, your presence, and your story matter. You are worthy of love, success, and respect not because you fit into some mold, but because you are unapologetically you. When you live authentically, you live with power, you live with purpose, and you live with pride. So stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to please others. Stop hiding your true self. The world needs the real you, not some version of you that you've been pretending to be. You deserve to live a life where you are celebrated for who you truly are, not for who you think you should be. And when you start living in that truth, you will experience a freedom like never before. A freedom to live fully, to love deeply, and to be respected for the incredible person you are. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to remember one thing. You are worthy of respect, love, and all the success that life has to offer. But in order to receive these things, you must first respect yourself. You must honor your time, your energy, and your presence. Stop being too available. Stop overextending yourself for people who don't value you. Set boundaries. Understand your worth. And most importantly, be unapologetically yourself. The world will only respect you as much as you respect yourself. People will treat you how you allow them to treat you. So take a stand today. Take a stand for your own self-worth. Take a stand for your authenticity. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to say no when you need to. Don't be afraid to live life on your own terms. Because when you do, the world will take notice, and the right people will begin to appreciate you for who you truly are. Remember, you are a diamond in a world full of pebbles. Don't ever let yourself be taken for granted. Don't let your light dim because you're afraid of shining too brightly. You are enough. You always have been, and you always will be. So go out there and live with confidence, live with courage, and above all, live with purpose. Because when you stop being too friendly and start being true to yourself, that is when your life will change forever. Thank you.